Alright, Dustin. So in your project, you've got your different buttons. So this one is just, I think when we worked, we had these all on the movie clips. So let me just give me a second. I will turn these bitmaps into just movie clip buttons that we can kind of work with real quick. Okay, so I just selected those pieces and then converted those into a movie clip. So now in my properties, I have a blank instance name. So I just need to give these a name, and I'm actually going to match up these with the name of the frame labels that you've got here. So this is called roll. This one is smooth. What's this? Let's see. There's roll, and then this one is helmet. This one's called suction. This one's called chest. This one's called surf. So if I just match these up, I do. Oh, you have each of these things are I converted them on the first frame, but they're not carrying through to all the other frames. So I need to remove. Let's see which frame is. Need to remove this one, I think. There we go. So now this one frame stays on there for the whole duration of the pages here. Alright, so there we go. So now I can, there's button 1, which should be helmet. And this is a trick that we're using just because then it'll make it really easy to have a click on this, go right to that page. So this one is surf. So I should call that one surf. This one was suction. And hopefully I'll have to check to see if there's capitalization on this, but I think that was mount. Was that mount? Bar. It was called roll. Roll, and this was chest. Okay, so the names of these buttons are going to match up with the frame labels of these buttons, so that when we create our event listener on these, then we can have them go to those specific pages. So if we write a function for, actually let's back up, let's just make a click on this. So I'll use our code snippet tool. So we want let's see, we want a click event. So I'll just pick one of these things that's a click. We'll change it up. So click to hide an object. So if I click on click to hide an object, select our button here, then I can click on that. And it put the code on the wrong frame. Let's remove that. Let's try this again. Because these buttons are on this frame, that's why I need a blank frame right there. Because I'm going to be referring to these buttons on this page here, I'm going to put the code for the button interaction on this page. The start of that. So it's a little different than other things that we've done in class. So let's go ahead and select that again. We'll do click to hide an object. So here's that code that got generated on that frame. Let's just get rid of this. So it's adding a click event handler, and then we'll just change the function it's going to call to on click. We'll change this one to on click. And we don't want to make this invisible, so we're going to get rid of this piece of code. And what we can do is we can trace, we'll trace the event target.name, so that it'll just tell us what button we just clicked on. So what we're doing, we're just going to make sure that all these buttons are working, and then when you click on something, it understands that it was clicked. And there's an error. What did we do wrong? Compile error, output error. Oh, we didn't put a stop. That would be why. So we just needed to stop the movie clip in the beginning. So if I go to the first frame in here, and then put just a general stop to the whole thing. And I'm going to run this again. Okay, so now we're at the first page, but we need a way to get to the second page. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a click event so that it will advance to a page on the GoPro screen. So what we can do is we can just copy our click stuff to this page. We're going to, instead of a button, we're going to add it to the stage. So on stage click, and what we want to do is we want to go to and stop, and we're going to go to maybe one of these pages. So maybe we'll end up on, or you could create another page that's blank and doesn't have any of these things up there yet, but that's up to you if you want to wait until somebody clicks on one of these things. But for this, we'll just have it go to roll. So let's go to and stop. Roll. So if we click on here, it will take us to our page, and then if we click on this, it should tell us helmet. And it's not going to do anything with these other pieces because we don't have that sort of set up. Okay, so we need to get these other buttons checking out that it's done this. And we need to probably remove, see how it's telling it's clicking on instance 7 and then it does helmet or instance 7? It's because it's probably getting the click from the children of that button. So we need to make sure that when we do our code for that, when we get on this, we need to set that helmet mouse children equals false. And we'll need to do that for each of these buttons just to make sure that they stay so that you can't pick up the mouse clicks on that part. Now, alternatively, we could take all of these buttons and go through and set them up as a bar or whatnot, but we'll do it we'll just do it the long, longer code written out way, because it might probably make a little more sense too. So what we'll need is we'll need a bunch of these, one for each of the buttons. So roll, surf, chest, and forgetting one, suction. Now, when we're tracing it, we know that this will give us each of these names. And each of these names is the same as the frame label. So what we can use is we can use this on-click to have it go to and stop. And we can have it go to and stop the name of our target. And this will work as long as we tell it to we don't let it click on the children of these buttons in here. Otherwise, it'll give us like instance 7, and there is not an instance 7 name in there. So we just need all of these. Set up here. So that it'll just sort of disable that, and that will get your stuff working. Surf, suction, bar mount. So it's not going to the different pages. Why is it not going to the different pages? Not sure I need that, but it should be just going to those. The buttons are working, but it's not switching the pages. I'm not I'm in a loss. I mean, I have the event listener, so it's going to do an on-click, and then I just, for testing purposes, I put the on-click function in the beginning, so it's telling me what the current label is, so what frame it should be on, and so it should be moving it to that, and that's working. So when I run this, and I get into the frame and I start to do this, it's tracing out the name of the target, the button I clicked on, and then the label, and everything's matching up, but it's not swapping the content. So I'm not sure why that is, but this will get you started at least. This reason why it's not doing that, I'm not sure. Maybe it's leaving one page up all the time. That doesn't make any sense, but it's so odd. But like I said, I'm going to post this, and that'll at least get you started if you were having trouble getting to this point.